What's up, guys? How you doing? Wilton Flex here, and today I'm going to be speaking about a particular topic that a lot of people have been asking me questions about, and that is how to stay lean and get stronger, right? And there's a few ways that you can go about this. So number one is counting your macros, obviously, making sure that you're in a caloric maintenance or a little bit higher, right? High enough where, it's not a ridiculous surplus. So anywhere from 2 to 300 calories, I think is perfect. You find your maintenance, you go a little above it, and you stay right in that zone. You can do it by counting macros or just pretty much just tracking the calories, because at the end of the day, it's calories in versus calories out. And if you're eating way too many calories, then you're probably going to see some excess amount of fat gain, which you're not gonna like. So my particular methods are like this. So I do count my macros, and yes, I do have a coach. Shout out to LF team, right? I do have a coach, and like I said, my macros are pretty high. So my fats are at 70, my carbs are at 400, and my protein is at 225. Right? And now you probably ask yourself, how do you determine if this is good for you, right? So you start off, you give yourself a starting point, right? You can do your basic 1 gram per pound of body weight for protein, 2 to 3 grams of carbs per pound of body weight, and 0.5 grams of fat per pound of body weight, right? Just giving an example, right? You gauge it through the first week. The first week, okay, check it out. My weight stayed the same. Okay, cool. That's a good way, to start off. Now I know that these macros keep my weight the same, right? So then what you would do is, if you want to maintain it, you keep it right there. But since we're trying to get lean and a little stronger, we take those base macros that, determine that, you keep your body weight the same. And then you just add 100 or 200 calories to it. And boom, and then see how that changes your weight, right? So then let's say you do that, and then the next week you're at, you gain 0.2 or 0.5 pounds. That's fine. You know what I mean? Because it's such a slow incremental increase in weight that throughout the time of you doing that and continuing to do that, implementing some cardio, right, the surplus is not dramatic. So you're gonna gain more muscle than you're gonna gain fat if you're doing it like that. Right? And essentially you will get stronger and you will look leaner, because the more muscle you have, the better you're gonna look, right? So that's how I go about it. I make sure that I figure out, my set of base macros first. And then from there, I see how it treats me in a week span. If I gain weight, then I know those macros are not good. If I lose weight, then if I'm trying to lose weight, then I know those macros are good. If I maintain my weight, then I know that those macros are good if I'm trying to maintain my weight. So that's how you go about it. Same thing with calories. If you don't want to count macros, you can just count calories, right? Let's say you start off with 2,000 calories, right? And those 2,000 calories keep you out of maintenance. Then boom, you know that 2,000 calories is your maintenance, right? So give time for the macros to work. It isn't going to be day and night. You know what I mean? You're not going to be able to just, okay, 500 grams of carbs, 200 grams of protein, 100 grams of fat. You know what I mean? You do it for a few days and you're like, oh no, this didn't work. Give it some time to work. You know what I mean? Write it down, pay attention to what's going on. Track your weight week by week. How are these macros affecting me in a month span? How are these macros affecting me in a 3, 4, 5, 6 month span? This is long term, guys. This is not gonna happen overnight. Now, if you wanna implement cheat meals, this is a technique that I use. Right? It might not work for everyone, but it worked for me. So I've implemented intermittent fasting into my cheat meal days. So basically when I don't really do I don't necessarily do a cheat meal, I do more of a cheat day, but this is how I do it. So I wake up in the morning and I'm doing intermittent fasting. I'm having coffee, water, seltzer water, I'll have some BCAAs. Now I know that's not fasting, it'll break your fast, but there's not enough calories in that to make any significant impact on weight loss, on weight gain, right? Probably like 5 or 10 calories in a scoop of BCAAs. So I'll do that throughout the day. to a buffet, if I'm gonna go to have pizza, and then, you know, whatever time that is, 4, 5, 6, 7, I'll fast for that long, and then I'll just go have my meal, and you can eat worry-free, because the chances of you, you know what I mean, exceeding 2,000, 3,000 calories in one meal is highly unlikely, right? So you just go and you just have fun. You know, you have your burger, your fries, your milkshake. It doesn't matter. 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna exceed your calories. It's like impossible. And if you do get hungry throughout the rest of the day, even after that cheat meal, then just make a, you know, have some protein shakes, or stick to like your lean meals, like, you know, your rice, you know what I mean, your lean beef, lean turkey, whatever it is, after that cheat meal, that huge cheat meal, because you can have a huge meal, right? Because you waited all that long to eat it, so you're back on a lot of calories. Then after that, if you do get hungrier, you know, throw in some protein shakes, you know what I mean, some banana protein, whatever, you know, your lean meals. Just stick to that and don't have another cheat meal. Obviously, you already had your huge cheat meal, and that's a technique that I implement on my when I have a cheat day. I just do intermittent fasting, and it always works. I end up not gaining any weight, and I don't run the risk of, you know, overdoing my calories or overdoing my macros. So that's just some tips on how I stay lean and stay strong. And obviously another very important tip that I want to give you guys, when you're trying to get leaner, right? Let's say you're doing them slightly above maintenance, or you're doing a slight calorie deficit, right? Please do not lift lighter, right? Do not lift lighter. A lot of people, when they're trying to get leaner, they start lifting very, very light. This will not only affect your strength, it will affect your muscle, right? You're gonna end up losing muscle, and you're not gonna look leaner, you're gonna look worse, and you're gonna end up losing strength. So you want to try to continue to lift the same amount of weight, or slightly a little bit less. You know, if you can't lift the exact amount, but let's say if you're usually doing 80 dumbbells and you have to do 75 dumbbells because you feel a little weaker, or 70 dumbbells because you feel a little weaker, that's fine, right? But please do not go from like 80-pound dumbbell to like a 60 or a 55, thinking that because I'm cutting, I have to do less weight for more reps. That's not how it works, right? You're gonna look like you're made out of granite, and you're gonna get stronger if you maintain your training level and then you get your nutritional point. All right, so those are my tips, and those are my tricks. It's very simple. This is not rocket science, guys, and that's pretty much what I do. I make sure my macros are in check. I track my weight week through week. I make sure that, you know, my weight is moving the way I want it to move. If I want to lose weight, if I want to maintain weight, if I want to gain weight, set the macros, keep track of the weeks or calories, and then when you want to have your cheat day, implement that intermittent fasting technique. And trust me, you'll have flexibility, you'll have sanity, and you're gonna love your diet, and you're gonna be enjoying your training. And with that being said, guys, don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe, and hit the bell notification buttons for any new videos coming up. And with that being said, guys, Flex is out.